Hey, everybody. So today we are doing Path to Profits. We are going to plan 2023 in the next 60 to 90 minutes all together here. I've got people joining on Facebook and I've got some of you guys live in Zoom. So I'm excited to have everyone here. Chat me your questions, whether they're in the comments on Facebook or whether they're here in the comments on Zoom. Today we're doing Path to Profits. We are going to lock in, not lack in. We're going to lock in maximum profit, impact, and freedom for 2023 by doing a simple, sustainable planning process. So we're going to quickly plot out all of the events, all of the topics, and all of the social media posts for your entire year. And we're going to do that in advance to make sure that execution is easy and simple. So allow me in the next 60 to 90 minutes to walk you through step by step how to create the calendar that will become your crystal ball. Together, we're going to chart the strategic success plan for 2023. So by the end of this session, you're going to know my one and only essential rule for creating social media that's going to have clients begging to work with you without you spending your life posting. And we're going to know how to use the calendar as the crystal ball to predict absolute success from your strategic planning, forecasting revenue, and goal setting. You're going to be able to steal my strategic planning checklist to guarantee the perfect mix of marketing, sales, and operations tasks so that all of that gets on your calendar and keeps your business healthy and profitable and growing. So whether you're watching on Facebook right now or whether you're watching me here in Zoom, I want to know, what problem do you hope to solve today by attending this session? So in the chat, let me know whether you're watching on Facebook or whether you're watching in Zoom. What problem do you hope to solve today by attending this session? And then I also want you to give me a hashtag live or a hashtag replay. All right. So here's the way this is going to work today. We've got the lecture time. So at the beginning, I'm going to give you a lesson about planning and about creating your calendar and using your calendar. So we're going to have lecture time, and then we're going to have some co-work time. If you are interested in getting that Servant Leader Online Planner, and if you're interested in getting this video for keeps and having it forever, you can join VIP. It's not too late for you to join VIP. Just go back to the learn.fitprosconnect.com/path link where you registered. Register again. You'll get a little page that says, do you want to join VIP? And you just click yes on that and join the VIP. That'll allow you to come in live on Zoom if you're watching live. That'll get you the Servant Leader Online Planner, which is super, super valuable. Not only is that a calendar, but it has a page where you can calculate projections for the year and where you can map out your days and weeks on top of your months. And then you'll get to keep this video. So this video will go away, but you get to keep it if you are registered as a VIP. All right. And then the last thing before we start our lesson in earnest is I want to show you how to use this workbook that Terry is sending to everybody. So you're seeing a link go into the comments. You got it in your email, and Terry also chatted it here in Zoom. Let me show you how to use this because I've created this link really in kind of a special way. And Valerie Fowler is DMing me and saying she doesn't know how to get into the meeting. Would you be able to DM her while you're watching? I appreciate that. I want to make sure everybody gets this good stuff. All right, so I'm sharing my screen and I'm going to show you exactly how to use the notes document. So this is what the notes document looks like. Right? Is that what everybody's seeing? And when you go there, what you've got, you're going to be asked to make a copy. So the first thing is that we've created a special link so that it always asks you to make a copy. What happens when you make a copy is that this document is saved into your Google Documents account. So you can always find it at docs.google.com. So it's going to ask you to log in, and then it's going to save this document into your Google Documents account. That is your personal copy of this document. So once you make that copy, I no longer have control of that copy. It's all yours to do whatever you want with it, which is great because I've created special spaces within the document for you to be able to take notes. Okay, so as you scroll down here, you see there are these spaces where I want you to fill in. Now, you can just print this up and then you can fill in these blanks where you find them just in pen. But if you'd like to keep this online, then what you can do is just highlight that whole blank and then type, and it'll make the stuff that you're typing blue. And that's how you'll know. Then I've also created these spaces where you can go here and you can type in notes. So all over the place, you've got these places where you can type in notes, and that's how I've created this document for you. All right, so chat if you've got any questions about that, but that's exactly how that workbook works for you. Okay, so now let me get my little script window back up because I lost it. Okay. Now, I created this workshop because I know that you guys go through a few things when you're thinking about planning, and specifically about strategic planning for an entire year up front. And the first thing that I hear you guys say a lot is, I can't plan thoroughly, or I can't commit to blocking out my time because my clients need me to stay flexible. So you've got clients, they're coming in and out of your house, or they're meeting you at the gym, and they need you to be flexible because they tend to arrive late, or they reschedule, or they stay past their scheduled appointment time. And you guys, it's really important that you start to think about your time in the right way. And that is, you have to realize that time is the only non-renewable resource that you've got. So if you don't take your time seriously, you are not taking your income seriously. So think about it. Money, we worry about investing money. The truth is, you've got two resources you can invest: time, money. Attention might be the third, but time you can't get back. You can always make more money. So when you let people steal time from you by arriving late, by rescheduling and not paying you for the sessions that you've shown up for and prepared for, when you let them stay past their scheduled appointment time, that is time you can never get back. This is one of the biggest things we struggle with as fitness professionals, because we're in the business of serving. We love our clients so much and we want to serve the heck out of them, but you have to do it in a way that is true to you. So if you're in this situation now, it's actually awesome because it means you have work. It means you have clients. It means that you are ready for a restructure of the way that you're doing business. So today, everything that we talk about is going to allow you not only to start taking your schedule more seriously, but it's also going to allow you to rethink your entire program, the entire way that you do business with people. So when you rethink things, you're able to interrupt patterns, the old way of doing business, and reframe everything that you're doing, not only in your own eyes, but in the eyes of your clients. So that's the first thing that I know I hear a lot from you guys, and I wanted to address that right away. If when we start talking about blocking time out in your days and in your weeks, if you start saying, I can't because, I want you to come back and listen to this first part. Now, the other thing that you guys will say to me a lot is, I don't know how to, or I don't have time to plan. Planning is the thing that's going to keep your ship moving. In a minute, we're going to talk about strategy versus tactics. But the truth is, you do not have time not to plan. At the beginning of your business, it's the most important to set daily and weekly tasks into motion and make those into habits. As your business grows and you start to systematize and create processes, you need to be able to work further out in advance. So I've heard a lot of people say, and I know this has been true in my business, that the further out you're able to plan, the more revenue your business is going to make. So when you're stuck in the daily and the weekly and even the hour to hour in your own business, you're hamstringing your ability to make money. So not developing your planning skill set will keep you working in your business and not on your business, which will keep you making beginner money forever. So the awesome thing about this session today is that I'm going to walk you through planning your entire year in a way that guides your months and your weeks and your days. And then if you're in VIP, you've got that servant leader planner so that you can keep this all in the cloud, and then you can even print it out. You can put it on your wall. You can replace your yearly at a glance calendar with that servant leader planner. That planner also includes a projections calculator so that you can get real about your numbers. And I'll show you a little bit more about that a little bit later on. And you guys also tell me a lot that you're pre-planning your social is overwhelming and exhausting. You guys, who's thinking that? Who's thinking that right now? Pre-planning social media is overwhelming and exhausting. I love Anne Marie's face right now. She's like, yeah. I'm setting a little reminder on my watch right now, so forgive me. Okay, give me a comment. Is pre-planning social media overwhelming and exhausting? Here's the thing about planning social media. We get stressed out about social media because we don't plan it, or we don't plan it the right way. So not planning your social media is actually the thing that is so stressful. Sitting down in front of a computer day after day and wondering, what am I going to say? What do I have to talk about? How can I put a message out there that's going to resonate with people today? And then going down rabbit holes and researching, right? Which ends up being hours spent on social media. That's what's stressful. Having a calendar in place that tells you exactly what to do and when is not stressful. Learn to use your calendar as your crystal ball and your guide so that you can take the guesswork out of social media. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today. So all of those things that we just talked about, the pre-planning social media is overwhelming and exhausting. The I need to stay flexible. The I don't have time, or I don't know how to plan. Those are kind of what I view as false beliefs that you're buying into. And what I've done is I've reframed them so that we can recalibrate. So now that you're thinking about 2023 differently, you're thinking about planning differently, I want to hear from you. What's your goal for 2023? Whether you're watching live, whether you're watching in the replay, whether you're on Zoom, whether you're in Facebook, give me a comment. I want to know, what is your goal for 2023? That can be a monetary goal. That can be a spiritual or a mental goal. That can be an impact goal. How many people do you want to be helping? What is your goal for 2023? I know you guys have been thinking about it because today is January 12th. So I know you've been thinking about it all year and even through December. Give me a comment. I'm going to sit here silently until you do, because you guys are so silent today. I see Valerie in the house now. All right. Good to see you, Valerie. All right. I need a few more comments. Andrea's not going to give us any comments because she says she's driving. She said hashtag driving. So Andrea, when you're not driving or when you're at a stoplight, I want to know, is that a shortcut that you've got on your phone? I've got, if I type DD into the little text bar on my phone, it will type out, I'm driving right now. I'll get back to you later. And I programmed that in as a text shortcut so that all I have to do is tap DD when someone's trying to get me. Okay, so before we go any further, I want to make sure that everyone here that does not know me has a little intro so you know who I am and why what I'm telling you matters. So I'm Kelly Coulter. I have been obsessed with helping fitness professionals and wellness and health coaches to create more impact and income since 2020. So before 2020, I was a marketing professional as well as a fitness professional. I've been in fitness since 1994. And I quit my corporate job in 2014, created a successful marketing agency in 2020. I knew I wanted to coach fitness professionals for a really long time. And the pandemic made it happen because I realized you guys needed what I had to offer. I started going online and just talking about really simple things. How do you create a Zoom? How do you get paid in PayPal? How do you create a landing page? How do you email your group? Because you guys wanted to get back to helping your people. Since then, what I've realized is that we as individual fitness professionals, health professionals, wellness professionals, going out and helping individual people who need our help, we have the opportunity to change the world. So companies like Peloton and Beachbody, they're out there doing their thing and they do valuable work. But a lot of what they do appeals to the 80% of the population. No, I'm sorry. Let me back up. A lot of what they do appeals to the 20% of the population that already has an existing fitness or wellness practice in place. So they're really competing for that same 20%. You guys, let me know if this is making sense to you. Give me a comment. I want to hear if that resonates with you, that what you're seeing is that the big companies are competing for this small part of the market. This is really good news because what it means to us as individuals who are marketing to other individuals, it means that we have the opportunity to reach our tentacles into that 80%. You have existing relationships with people who need your help right now. People like Aunt Sally, who says, I won't go to the gym until I've lost 10 pounds. Or your dad, who had a recent diagnosis of prediabetes. Those are the people that we get started helping. And then we start to find more and more people just like them. And that's how it is done, my friends. So I believe that my job in this world is to lead this army of individuals who are helping other individuals, because together, I believe we can change the world. All right. So I've told you a little bit about my mission. That's my mission. Told you a little bit about my background. I had a successful marketing company. When I created this coaching company, I did make it into a six-figure company within the first 7 months. So I know a lot about scaling a business rapidly and about starting from zero and getting to 6 figures. Also, you guys, I want to introduce Terry. She's here with us and she helps me, keeps everything running. She is my dedicated community manager. She cares about your success as much or even more than I do. I care about your success a whole darn lot, and Terry does as well. So if you've ever got questions and you can't get me, please get Terry. She's always there. One of us is almost always available to help you. Okay, so if you will jump over to the first page of your notes, it's page number Three, actually. So page number 2, you had some fill in the blanks, and I talked through those when I talked about the objections and the things that we were reframing. So now on page 3, I've asked you what your income goal is for 2023. And then you see I've got this drawing, and I'll just share my screen again. And it's an aircraft carrier, and then it's some goals, some gears, right? So why do I have a picture of an aircraft carrier up on the screen right now? So many of you guys are hearing advice from all the different gurus that you're following. You are following me, you're following Amy Porterfield, you're following Marie Forleo, all the different people, and they all have something a little bit different that they're telling you. And I want you to understand how these things all fit together to grow your business and how they don't fit together as well. So if you look at this aircraft carrier, the aircraft carrier gets loaded up with F-16s and whatever else, all the Army men, and it goes across the ocean. It carries all the F-16s across the ocean, and then the F-16s take off from the aircraft carrier and they go do a mission, and then they come back. There's a difference in your business between strategy and tactic. So the things like Amy Porterfield telling you to build your email list. What's his face? Johnson telling you to do 3 reels a day. Everybody's got their little thing that they tell you that they kind of like hook onto, and that's their thing. Those are tactics. Those are the F-16s that take off from the deck of the aircraft carrier and go do missions. So yes, any one of those things can move your business forward, but none of them is going to be the thing that builds your business. So the aircraft carrier, the thing that you load all the F-16s onto, that's the strategy, the overarching strategy in your business. That is the thing that moves your business forward. And the strategy stays the same. The strategy is to build your audience, get your message out there, and help people. That's your strategy. So it's great to be listening to all kinds of business development content because you will get great ideas. But at the end of the day, you have to understand which ones you're going to grab onto and use to build your business, that are going to be, let me say it this way. You need to understand which ones are going to be the most effective for you. And so you're watching the effectiveness of all of the different tactics that you're working on, and you're using just those, and then the other ones go back down under deck. So those are the broken F-16s. You guys, what kinds of tactics are you trying out right now? I want to hear in the comments. So give me a chat, give me a comment in Facebook. I want to hear what kinds of tactics you guys are trying. And then if you want, you can give me what has been successful for you and what hasn't. So are you doing 3 reels a day? Are you trying your hand out at LinkedIn? Are you going live every week? Are you doing email list building? Are you sending to your email list? Those are all tactics. So here's the thing. Actually, I'm going to stay silent for a second and I'm going to let you comment. Okay. There are 3 gears that move your aircraft carrier forward. And then there's a 4th one that's in there that's essential as well, but it's smaller. So if you see that second graphic, I've got grow, offer, nurture. And then I've got a circle around them, and I've got 80%. 80% of your business development time is spent moving these 3 gears: growing your audience, making offers, and nurturing your perfect future buyers toward a sale. So we're going to talk as we start to talk about planning about how each of those gears gets moved forward with the different tasks that we're plotting into this plan, this strategic plan for 2023. Now, the fourth gear is delivery. So if 80% of your time is spent growing, offering, and nurturing, 20% of your time is spent delivering your service, which means that you have to have a program in place that you can deliver to your clients on rinse and repeat. And you have to be able to leverage that program in a way that allows you to spend the least amount of time delivering, but getting them the biggest results. Let me know if that's making sense for you guys. Is that resonating? Yes. Jody is shaking her head. I love it. Okay. So now you understand the difference between a strategy and a tactic, and you understand the three gears that move your aircraft carrier forward: growing, nurturing, and offering. I want to talk about one more thing. I want to talk about your calendar as your crystal ball. So when you plot things out in your calendar, and when you keep your calendar close at hand, and when you follow your calendar, you make sure that the things that you've plotted onto your calendar actually happen. So your calendar is your crystal ball, because if I say I'm going to do the Serve Lead Challenge with you guys on, let me look, when am I doing it with you guys next? February 14th is the next time I'm doing the Serve Lead Sell Challenge with you guys. If I say that, I know it's going to happen. It's on my calendar. I can start advertising it and enrolling people into it. Now, I also know that when I run a sales event, that I have goals for that sales event, that I want to enroll a certain number of people in that sales event. And I want to help a certain number of people get their businesses started, move their businesses forward. It also means that I'm going to make a certain number of sales from those sales events. So I'm able to make projections because I have plotted out my entire 2023, and I know when my sales events are. You guys, how good does that feel? Did I just take a little pressure off you guys? That if you just plot it all out in advance, that now you can make projections. Now you can rely on your calendar instead of every day sitting down going, what in the world am I going to do to move this business forward? So I want to talk about keeping all the gears moving during each stage of business. So documenting your big events first ensures that they will happen and that you will keep revenue coming in. So your sales events, when you document those and plot them out on your calendar, it's going to ensure that they happen and they keep revenue coming in. But don't go to your calendar just yet and do that, because I've got a few things that I want to talk to you about as we plot those out. So I want to talk about the different stages of business, and let me share my screen on my iPad. I'm going to do a little drawing. While I am sharing my screen, because this will take a second, give me a comment and let me know what stage of business you feel like you are in right now. Are you under 50 clients and in that first stage of business? Have you made your first $100,000? That would be the first stage of business. So you are under 50 clients, under $100,000 of revenue. That's the first stage of business that I'm going to describe to you guys. Let me know if you are there. The second phase of business is leverage. So that means that you really understand your audience. You're able to make sales. You know what your marketing message is, and you're able to take all of that and leverage to move faster. Okay, so this is the business building pyramid, and I have adjusted this specifically for fitness and wellness professionals because I do think that we move through this a little bit differently than other people. So during development, you see at the bottom, it says audience building / development under 50 members, under $60,000 a year. Really, I think that's under $100,000 a year. But sometimes I think you guys have trouble envisioning $100,000 a year. So I like to keep it light for you. I really want to see every single person in the sound of my voice making $100,000 this year. So during development, your business development time, that 80% of your time is spent getting to know your audience and your market and refining your product. So your clients during this time come from investing time, and your planning usually is in the weekly to monthly range. So that means it's going to make it less likely that growth and offer. What did I say here in my notes? I'm not understanding what I said. Let me read this for a second. Okay, I know what I'm saying here. So if you're stuck in the day-to-day, if you're thinking a lot about making sure you have enough conversations going on, if you're in the DMs trying to send out 40 DMs every day, and then you're sending some text messages and you're in all these conversations trying to figure out who it's right for you to get on a Zoom call with and make a sale to, it's less likely that you're going to be able to plot out your sales events, those events that bring in a lot of clients at once. And so what that means is that they're less likely to happen. If you don't plot them out, they're less likely to happen. So that's why it's really important that today we sit down and plot these out so that you can keep the growth gear moving, but also keep the offer gear moving. Sales events move the offer gear. And also keep that nurture gear going, because your sales events also nurture your audience. Now, if you're in the leverage stage, then you're able to use money to make your message, to get your message out to more people. So that message already resonates. You have a message that resonates. You have a product that's selling. Now you're able to use money to get it resonating more in front of more people and to sell that product. You're able to move faster. So when you're in the leverage stage of business, you're often looking more at months, quarters, and years. So now it's important for you to look at your goals on a quarterly basis. And then at the top, when you're in maturity, and let me say one more thing about this pyramid. The reason that the bottom is so broad right here is because this takes more of your individual time. When you get to here, you're able to start hiring a team. When you get to here, you're able to start thinking about removing yourself. So maturity, there are only a few reasons at the end of the day that we build these businesses. Yes, we want money for groceries. But past that, once you've gotten past here, you've got your grocery money. Now, why are we doing it? You want a business that makes money even when you're not in it, right? That's what we do during leverage. When we get to maturity, we're looking at either selling the business or handing it off to our kids. Has anybody ever thought about it like that? You guys give me a comment. I want to hear. Have you ever thought about creating a business that's sellable? It's a good idea to always be looking at everything you do in your business as, can I leverage this into something that I could sell eventually? Because when you're running a business that you could sell eventually, then you're running it right. You're running it in a way that's sustainable.